Welcome, folks. In today's world, it pays to be prepared. Not scared, but prepared. Our current security landscape is a complex web of evolving threats and challenges. From the quiet suburbs to the bustling cities, no corner of our nation is immune to potential security threats. Now, this isn't about fear-mongering or painting a picture of doom and gloom. Far from it. It's about understanding our reality and taking steps to safeguard ourselves and our loved ones. It's about resilience, adaptability, and the indomitable spirit that has defined our nation since its inception. We find ourselves navigating through a sea of threats, both seen and unseen. From the insidious threat of sleeper cells and domestic terrorism, to the ever-looming specter of international tensions and the potential for retaliation. From the invisible menace of cyber threats that can disrupt our infrastructure, compromise our personal data, and shake our financial systems, to the myriads of other challenges that we face. The world we live in is unpredictable, and the only predictable thing about it is its unpredictability. But here's the thing, we're not helpless. We're not just passive bystanders in this ever-changing landscape. We have the power to prepare, to plan, and to protect ourselves. So, let's dive into the various threats we face and how we can prepare for them. So, what are the threats? Let's break it down. We live in an era of relative peace, but that doesn't mean we should let our guard down. One of the most insidious dangers we face today is the threat of sleeper cells and domestic terrorism. These aren't your typical bad guys. They blend into society, waiting for the right moment to strike. They could be in your neighborhood, your workplace, even your local grocery store. It's crucial to be vigilant, to know the signs of someone who might be planning something, and to report any suspicious activity to the authorities. Your awareness could save lives. Let's turn our gaze beyond our borders. International tensions, particularly in the Middle East, are a constant source of concern. The situation is volatile and the potential for retaliation against the U.S. is real. Global conflicts can have a ripple effect that reaches our shores, affecting everything from our economy to our personal safety. It's important to be aware of these global dynamics and how they might influence the security landscape here at home. Now, let's talk about a threat that doesn't need a passport to cross borders. Cyber threats. Our modern world is interconnected in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago, and that makes us vulnerable. Our infrastructure, from power grids to water treatment facilities, relies heavily on computer systems. A sophisticated cyber attack could disrupt these systems, plunging whole cities into darkness or cutting off access to clean water. And it's not just public infrastructure at risk. Your personal data, your financial information, they're all potential targets. A cyber breach could empty your bank account, steal your identity, and leave you in a world of trouble. And it's not just individual hackers we have to worry about. State-sponsored cyber warfare is a real and present danger. Governments around the world are investing in their digital arsenals, and we're all potential targets. So what can we do? It starts with awareness. Know the threats, understand the risks. From there, we can start to prepare. We can fortify our homes, secure our data, and learn the skills we need to survive in a world where these threats are a part of daily life. But remember, it's not about living in fear. It's about being prepared. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you've done everything in your power to protect yourself and the ones you love. And that's a powerful thing. Understanding these threats is the first step to being prepared. Preparation is key, and it starts at home. Your home is your castle, your sanctuary, your stronghold. It's where you want to feel the safest. So let's talk about home defense strategies. Fortify your residence. This can be as simple as reinforcing doors and windows or as complex as installing security systems. Creating a safe room or a bunker can provide a last resort refuge, a place where you and your loved ones can retreat to in case of extreme danger. Now let's switch gears and talk about communication preparedness. In a world where our lives are so intertwined with the internet, it's easy to forget that there are other ways to communicate. Building a resilient communication system like a ham radio can be invaluable in a crisis. It's also important to consider offline information storage. Hard copies of important documents, maps, and survival guides could be lifesavers when digital options fail. Next up, off-grid living skills. These are skills that can help you survive and thrive when the conveniences of modern life are stripped away. Energy independence is crucial. Solar panels, wind turbines, or generators can provide power when the grid goes down. Water purification and storage are also essential. A human can survive for weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Finally, let's talk about urban versus rural preparedness. Each environment presents its own unique challenges. In an urban environment, you might face overcrowded evacuation routes, limited resources, and increased risk of disease spread. In contrast, a rural environment might present challenges like isolation, limited access to medical care, and the need for self-sufficiency, regardless of where you live. The key is to understand your environment and develop strategies that work best for your situation. Remember, these aren't just strategies for the end of the world. These are strategies for any crisis, a natural disaster, a power outage, a pandemic. They're about being self-reliant and resilient. They're about taking control of your own safety and security, instead of relying solely on external entities. They're about peace of mind. And here's a final thought. The beauty of preparation is that it's not all or nothing. It's a journey. You don't have to do everything at once. Start small. Maybe it's buying a water filter, or learning how to use a ham radio, or creating an evacuation plan. Every step you take towards preparedness is a step towards resilience. These strategies can help us be ready for a wide range of scenarios. So stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, the best time to start prepping is today. Food and supplies are your lifelines in any crisis. When the unexpected strikes, a well-prepared pantry and supply closet can make all the difference. So let's delve into how you can create a long-term food storage plan. Start with the basics: grains, beans, canned goods, and freeze-dried meals. These items have a long shelf life and provide essential nutrients. Gradually build up your stockpile, aiming for a 3-month supply before branching out to a year's worth. And don't forget water. It's often said that a person can survive 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. So be sure to have a water storage plan in place, whether it's bottled water, water purification tablets, or a rainwater collection system. But it's not just about food and water. Essential non-food items are also crucial. Think about hygiene products, first aid supplies, batteries, flashlights, and don't forget about tools. You'll also want to consider comfort items, like books or games, to keep morale high during challenging times. Now, once you've got your stockpile, it's not a set-it-and-forget-it situation. Rotation and maintenance of supplies are key. Regularly check expiration dates and rotate out older items, using them in your daily life. This keeps your stockpile fresh and prevents waste. Also, keep your supplies in a cool, dry place to prolong shelf life. And here's a pro tip: keep an inventory. Know what you have, where it's stored, and when it expires. This will help you stay organized and prevent over or under stockpiling. Remember, preparedness isn't about hoarding or living in fear. It's about being self-reliant and ready to face whatever life throws your way. Your stockpile is your insurance policy against uncertainty, a testament to your foresight and resilience. So start now if you haven't already. And if you have, keep going. Every can of beans, every pack of batteries, every bottle of water is a step towards greater self-reliance and peace of mind. Remember, a well-stocked pantry can be a lifesaver. In a crisis, medical help may not be readily available. That's why it's crucial to be prepared for medical emergencies. Now let's delve into the ways you can ensure you're equipped to handle such situations. First and foremost, you'll need to build a comprehensive medical kit. This isn't your average first aid kit. It's a stash that's packed with tools and supplies to help you manage a variety of health issues. Your kit should include basics like bandages, antiseptic wipes, and over-the-counter medications for common ailments like fever and allergies. But don't stop there. Add a manual blood pressure cuff, a stethoscope, and medical-grade scissors. Consider including items for more severe injuries too, like a tourniquet, splinting materials, and wound closure strips. Remember, the idea is to be ready for any situation. Next, you'll need to learn essential medical skills. These can range from basic first aid to advanced life support techniques. Start by learning how to clean and dress a wound, perform CPR, or recognize the signs of a stroke or heart attack. Then, move on to more complex skills like suturing wounds, setting fractures, or even delivering a baby. There are plenty of resources out there, both online and offline, that offer training. The American Red Cross, for instance, offers a variety of courses. And remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more confident you'll be if you ever have to use these skills. Finally, stockpile necessary medications. This includes prescription medicines for chronic conditions, as well as over-the-counter drugs like pain relievers, antihistamines, and anti-diarrheals. Remember to regularly check the expiration dates and replace any expired items. If you or a loved one relies on a certain medication, talk to your doctor about getting an extra supply to have on hand. In the end, your health is your first line of defense in any emergency. Being prepared medically can mean the difference between life and death. So, take the time to gather your supplies, learn your skills, and stock up on necessary medications. Remember, good health is your best defense in any situation. Sometimes, the safest place to be is right at home. In an extended crisis, your home can be your castle, your sanctuary, and your lifeline. But to truly thrive, you need to take steps to secure it, make it sustainable, and prepare for the long haul. Securing your home for an extended lockdown goes beyond just locking the doors and windows. It's about reinforcing your home's weak spots like the garage door or lower-level windows. Don't overlook the importance of a strong, secure, and fire-resistant door. And remember, privacy is important too. Curtains, blinds, or even simple window film can make it harder for prying eyes to see inside. Now let's talk about food. In a long-term survival situation, you can't rely on takeout or grocery deliveries. That's where a sustainable indoor garden comes into play. With a little know-how, you can grow a surprising amount of food right inside your home. Think beyond just herbs and lettuce. Tomatoes, peppers, and even small fruit trees can be grown indoors with the right setup. Next, we need to discuss a topic that's often overlooked: waste and sanitation. When public services are disrupted, dealing with waste can become a major challenge. Composting toilets, portable camping toilets, and even DIY bucket toilets can all be part of the solution. And don't forget about hygiene. Stock up on soap, hand sanitizer, and wet wipes to keep clean and healthy. Finally, let's touch on the psychological aspect of extended isolation. It's not just about staying physically healthy, but mentally healthy too. Regular exercise, hobbies, books, and games can all help to keep the mind active and prevent cabin fever. And remember, it's okay to feel stressed or anxious. Those are normal reactions to abnormal situations. But with the right preparation and mindset, you can not only survive, but thrive. Remember, home is where the heart is, and it can also be your fortress. With the right preparation, your home can become a safe haven, providing you with shelter, sustenance, and security in a world turned upside down. We're stronger together. Community matters. In the face of uncertainty and potential threats, forming local prepper groups can be a beacon of strength and resilience. These groups can serve as a platform for sharing knowledge, pooling resources, and forming a collective defense. It's about creating a network of individuals who are prepared, aware, and ready to face any situation together. The value of skill sharing within these groups is immeasurable. Imagine having a neighbor who's an expert in off-grid power solutions, another who's a whiz at food preservation, and yet another who's trained in emergency medical care. The cumulative knowledge within a group can be a game changer in a crisis situation. By sharing skills, we not only help each other become better prepared, but also create a more resilient community. But the benefits of a prepper group go beyond just skill sharing. It's also about mutual aid. In times of crisis, we can lean on each other for support. Whether it's sharing supplies, lending a helping hand, or simply providing emotional support, mutual aid is the glue that holds a community together when times get tough. Now, while there are many benefits to networking within the prepper community, it's also important to be mindful of operational security, or OPSEC. You should be cautious about who you share sensitive information with. Not everyone needs to know the details of your prepping plans or the extent of your supplies. It's about finding a balance between building community and maintaining your own safety and security. Remember, in the world of preparedness, no man is an island. We can learn so much from each other, and in times of crisis, it's often our collective strength that pulls us through. So reach out, network, and build that community, because in the end, it's not just about surviving, but about thriving together. In a crisis, your community can be your greatest asset. When home is no longer safe, you need a plan B. In times of crisis, there comes a point when staying put is no longer the safest option. That's where bug-out planning enters the picture. It's not about running away at the first sign of trouble, but rather having a well-thought-out plan when evacuation becomes necessary. Let's start with your bug-out routes. You need more than one, because in a real emergency, your primary route could be compromised. Plan at least 3 different routes out of your area. Consider various transportation means: car, bike, or even on foot. Each route should have different destinations. This way, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Next, let's talk about bug-out bags. These are your survival lifelines when on the move. They should include essentials like food, water, medical supplies, and tools, but the contents can vary depending on the scenario. For example, a bug-out bag for a wildfire evacuation might look different from one prepared for a flood. Pack wisely and remember, it's not just about survival, but also about mobility. A bag that's too heavy to carry won't do you any good. Finally, you'll need to select and prepare your bug-out locations. These are places where you can hunker down and survive for an extended period. They should be in a relatively safe and defensible location, with access to resources like water and food. It could be a remote cabin, a friend's property out of town, or even a designated community shelter. Get to know your location, familiarize yourself with the area, and if possible, pre-store supplies there. Remember, bug-out planning isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. It's about knowing you have options and control over your own safety. It's about being ready to adapt to whatever situation comes your way. Because in a world of uncertainties, being mobile and adaptable can make all the difference. Information is power, but it must be handled wisely. In the digital age, staying informed about potential threats is paramount. Reliable sources like local news, national security bulletins, and trusted online forums can be invaluable. But remember, not all information is created equal. Verify your sources and cross-check facts to avoid misinformation. It's also crucial to balance awareness with privacy. Online surveillance and data breaches are real concerns. Consider using encrypted communication platforms and avoid sharing sensitive information publicly. Regularly update your online security measures to protect your digital footprint. Lastly, don't forget about the people closest to you. Teach your family members about situational awareness. Explain how to recognize potential threats and respond appropriately. Remember, a well-informed family is a secure family. In the end, it's about staying one step ahead. Knowledge can be your greatest defense against potential threats. Stay informed, stay secure. We've covered a lot of ground today, folks. We've dissected the current security landscape, examined potential threats, and dug deep into strategies to fortify your home, maintain communication, and live off-grid. We've dived into the importance of food and supply stockpiling, medical preparedness, and even the art of bugging in for long-term home survival. We've explored the nuances of both urban and rural preparedness, the significance of community building, and the essentials of bug-out planning. And let's not forget the delicate balance of staying informed without compromising our security. All these strategies are crucial, but what's even more important is your adaptability. Threats evolve, circumstances change, and as preppers, we must adapt. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. Remember, the journey of preparedness starts with a single step. Keep moving forward.